Hi guys, welcome to Full Time Devils. I am Adam McKola, he is Jay and she is Angelina. And we are here to preview Partizan Belgrade at Manchester United. I forgot what game we were talking about, guys.
I just thought you were laughing at the fact we're playing Partizan Belgrade.
I'm not laughing at that. I don't want to laugh at that because some Serbs might come to town and absolutely fill me in. So I'm not laughing at you guys, of course. I'm just laughing that I forgot what game it was and we're in the Europa League. Still, actually, it's a competition that has provided some sort of respite for us this season. We've had all of our defeats in the Premier League, and in the cup competitions, we've been half decent. 2 wins, 1 draw in this competition. Win here, and we're through. What you reckon?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, the cup has been a bit of a relief from the league, to be honest with you. You know, we've had a couple of good results in the league, Chelsea and Leicester, but other than that, maybe Liverpool as well, you could say. I know we took the lead, but you know, a draw against Liverpool's not a bad result. But in the cups, I know it's not the Europa, but the Chelsea game in the League Cup, and then away at Partizan, ending that run without an away win, it was important to do that. You know, again, it's only the Europa League, so the cups have given us a little bit of respite. But I still think like we need to improve because I don't think we've been great in the Europa League. If I'm being honest, don't think we were great away at Alkmaar, and even at Astana at home, it wasn't a great performance. It was just an okay result. A win is a win, innit? So yeah, I still think we need to step it up a little bit, and I'm hoping that, I know we're going to get onto the teams later, the starting 11s, I'm hoping that it'll give some of the younger players a chance to prove themselves and they'll step up and do it.
Angelina, has this last week shown that, you know, especially with us, you know, having that good run, I say run 3 games, and then losing at Bournemouth, does it kind of show us that this may be our best way into the Champions League next season?
Yeah, 100%. I think I've always said that. I think you have to be realistic. At the end of the day, top 4. What's the point in even thinking about it at the minute? Do you know what I mean? I think you just have to make the best of the situation. In that, yeah, we do want Champions League football. Me personally, I would prefer to have another season without it because I still think there's too much work to do. And I think going into the Champions League next season, I don't really have the highest of hopes because I am a bit negative. But
I feel like that as well. I'd take Champions League, not Europa. Like if we miss out on Champions League, I do not want Europa League next season because it just derails you. But I think Champions League, like, because it allows you to buy players and the money and stuff like that, it might help our rebuild. You might speed it up. Yeah,
possibly. I guess I'm just looking at it from kind of like the games that the teams that you're going to be facing. I don't think we're on the same level at the minute. But yeah, if you look at it that way, you know, players that are going to want to come to, well, we might have a bit more of a chance of players wanting to come to United if we can offer Champions League football. So yeah, I do think it's the main option in getting our foot in that door. So I do think that we should be taking it seriously.
Is it realistic though, when you look at the squad? When you look at some, you know, potentially Champions League squad teams drop in. We haven't got, a lot of people say, oh, Jose got Europa League and finished second with his team. It's not the same team. Has it got enough, especially when you look at the kind of teams we've been playing in the Europa League?
I think the thing is with our team, I think at full strength, I fancy us to give anyone a game. I really do. I think we've got everyone fit, including the likes of Paul Pogba and Martial's fit. I think we've got a good chance against anyone. The trouble is, just as a squad, we're not strong enough. And obviously with the Europa League and the league, you can't just ignore the league. You can't just do a Jose and say, right, I'm not going to bother with the league at all. Because obviously, you know, the league's your bread and butter, so you have to put your strongest team out in that. We probably haven't got the squad for it. I think if we were to get to, say, like, you know, the last stages of the Europa League and that was our only chance, and everyone was fit, and we were out of the top 4 and we weren't going to get in the top 4, then I would say, yeah, okay, let's just focus on that. But at the minute, I mean, we were talking, I remember you saying it on the podcast, I think it was, or a preview a few months ago. You know, you go and watch the league every week, don't you? That's the thing, you go and watch every week. And if you're watching garbage every week and then once a month you turn up in the cup, it's not good enough.
Now that Jose season, in hindsight, it was a good season because you remember Wembley and Stockholm and, you know, winning trophies and it felt good. But during the season, it felt...
Mate, it was hard work, wasn't it, sometimes? Like Swansea at home, Hull at home. And well, Hull in general, I think we had a shocking record against them, didn't we? And that's how Marco Silva ended up getting a career. Did we lose one in the cup away and he refused to acknowledge it as a loss because he said one of the goals didn't count?
Yeah, and it was like, there was some games where Zlatan would just miss loads of chances.
This is it, and people have these rose-tinted glasses. They have these rose-tinted glasses with that Europa League run and how wonderful that season was. And they have these rose-tinted glasses with Zlatan. But from sort of January to April, there was a lot of garbage there. Do you know what I mean? And yes, he did what he needed to do. And we was at Stockholm. It was one of the best nights I've had as a United fan for a multitude of reasons. But let's face facts, the back end of that season was pretty poor, and I don't really want to put myself through that again. So yes, I would love to get into the Champions League via Europa, but I still think we have to focus on the league. That's what we should be going for. I know where Angie's coming from when you say it's over. We can't get top 4, but you never know, because the only sort of little slim chance of hope I've got with us getting into the top 4 is, other than maybe, you can maybe argue sort of Chelsea and Leicester are doing well in the top 2 are different, but there is still that sort of mix there of clubs that are flattening to deceive a little bit, that have patchy runs, the likes of Tottenham, the likes of Arsenal, so there may be a sort of chance there for us to get top 4. It's doubtful, but there's still a sort of a slim glimmer.
I think Tottenham, I seen a stat, is it last 39, 23 games, is it? Spurs have less points than us.
Yeah.
We've got 26 points out of 69 or something.
And our points, horrible. Arsenal's and Spurs all sort of similar.
Really bad.
Yeah, over the last 25 games, whatever it is, which, I mean, you can put as mitigating
in
circumstances
not
for them.
Europa
You can
League.
say, oh well, Spurs got to the Champions League, so they're focusing on that. I don't really buy into that, to be honest with you.
They lost 20 games.
That's what I mean, it's mad, innit? And then
Ollie's lost a quarter of his games. 1 in 4.
I mean...
Is that to be expected with this squad, though? Because
I mean,
we're talking about bouncing back again from a defeat, and we keep talking about pressure on Ollie. But after the defeat against Bournemouth, even on Fancam's, people weren't really angry, because it's like when I look at Arsenal, I think, how can you be angry for so long? Do you know one of them ones? How can you be so angry for so long? And I think this season, we've kind of got to learn that if you're going to be angry after every defeat, you're going to be angry a lot. And it's kind of like, do you have to expect this inconsistency from the team?
There is a little bit of rational perspective, though, especially with the fan cams you've done, where you've got, especially with some of the older fans who've sort of seen...
The ones that aren't crying?
Yeah. Don't get in trouble. Don't get in trouble for that. Let's not go down that road again. But there is that little bit of perspective where you can sort of understand a little bit, okay, Ollie's trying to do something here, or... we've not strengthened enough, and we get that. You can sort of understand it. You can make excuses almost for it. People keep going back to, Fergie struggled when he came in. I know it's completely different.
I hate when that comes out.
Yeah, I know that is a completely different set of circumstances, and I've said that many times. But, people will sort of pivot towards that as a reason, we can stomach this a little bit more. And I think also some people, not a lot of United fans, but some people want to sort of prove that we're not just spoilt, and we're like, you know what, we can take a bit of a rough time.
We can take a few defeats.
We can take 6 years of,
I think there's a lot of, people get onto, I was saying, I can't be angry every week, but people get onto us for saying about with Ollie and stuff, and it's how can you, you can understand that he's not getting results, and he's doing a bad job at the moment, and also still support the team and still
exactly. It's not black and white, is it? I've always said this. People say it's binary. You've got to be either Ollie in completely, where you can't do any wrong, or you're Ollie out, where you've got to sack him today, or you disgrace.
Yeah, but
there's no grey area where you can say, do you know what, this isn't good enough, but I don't think sacking Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going to make it any better.
That's why I don't ever,
if I'm being honest,
I don't ever fall under anyone like Jose in, Jose out, Ollie in, Ollie out, because if you're Jose in or Ollie in, when they do something bad, you'll never see it, because it's not going to fit into and same with out, if you fall under arm, out, I want that person out. When they do something well, you're just going to be like, oh yeah, they're still.
But this is the Chelsea game. The Chelsea game, people some people just they couldn't enjoy it. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? You can enjoy that game and still think the manager's not but it was people Chelsea shit anyway. Do you know what I mean? Marcus Rashford, it's about time he scored, he's lucky. Do you know what I mean? It's just enjoy the win.
To be fair, it was chances, take 100 of them, one will go. It's Ronnie, innit?
Come on, man.
But it was beautiful. It was beautiful.
But yeah, this is the thing, it's I don't think you have to be in one camp. I think you can sort of say, right, you can look at it a little bit more sort of open-minded and say, it isn't good enough. And you're saying then the record, you're saying he's won a quarter of his games. That's not good enough. And we should...
No, he's lost a quarter.
Sorry, lost a quarter of his game, Bandy, yeah.
Shit, imagine that.
Man, fucking imagine. That's how bad it is. I got it that wrong. So we should be beating the likes of Bournemouth, Newcastle, West Ham, Crystal Palace. Do you know what I mean? Those teams.
Why are you doing better against
no excuses there.
So are you expecting a game then that is Astana, Rochdale against Partizan at home? Because it's the bigger teams that we've been doing all right against. When you look at the teams that are doing well this season, Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Leicester, we've played 3 of them. We've won 3 games. 2 against Chelsea, 1 against Leicester. We drew with Liverpool.
That draw at Liverpool as well.
In the bigger games, we're not bad.
It's weird, and I think part of it might just be the squad thing as well. I think part of it is when he does shuffle his pack a little bit. We haven't got that squad anymore, where you can even take out like 1 or 2 players. We can't afford to do that now. You have to play your strongest 11.
There's none of that rotation
anymore. You know, like years ago, you could chuck in a Ji-Sung Park or a Darren Fletcher or a Phil Neville.
A Ji-Sung Park, a Phil Neville and a Darren Fletcher would be first 11 players for us right now. Park Ji-Sung.
One of them would be skipper.
Was forward of the year in the Champions League, I have, you know. He was forward of the year.
I'm not knocking
You don't remember that when he was at PSV?
I'm not knocking Ji-Sung Park. You know,
South Korea to the semi-finals of the World Cup.
That's what I mean. Got a lot of love for Park.
Listen, Park Ji is the greatest Asian player of all time.
It's a bold statement.
How? Who's better? Heung-min Son? No. It could go down as it. Who's better?
I'm not arguing with you.
Park Ji. Who's better? Don Fang-Zhu?
Kagawa. No, not. He's not. He's not.
No, that's... What is Kagawa doing now? He's back at Dortmund.
He went back to Dortmund, didn't he? I don't
Park
know.
Ji is the greatest.
Sorry. I love Park. My point is though, like Park Ji was going on fucking reservation here. Park Ji was a great player, right? He was, but there's like when everyone was fit during our heyday, like 2008 final, he didn't get in the squad. Do you know what I mean? And Fergie said it was a tough decision, but he didn't. Now, like you say, of course he'd be in the fucking first team, but we haven't got the squad now where we can rest some of our players. We haven't. Our best 11 has to start with to have any chances, even against bang average Premier League teams.
Right, and having said that, let's go to predicted 11s. Angelina, what's your predicted 11 for this game? Bearing in mind, in the cup games, we've seemingly gone with that youth/experienced squad.
I think I'd like to see a bit of youth. I'm just trying to remember what team I went with in my head.
Is this what Ollie does on a match day?
Yeah. Ollie just flips a coin, doesn't it? Rolls the dice.
What was it the other day?
I had it on my list. Things to do.
I'll get it up actually. I think I had...
You can refer to your phone. We all do.
Yeah,
I'm not at school.
I've been looking at the plan on this phone all day. Shows you how much I read it.
Yeah, I think in my head I had Rojo, Lindelof, Jones at the back. Then I had Wan-Bissaka, McTominay.
So back to the back.
Yeah. Garner and Williams, because I do think Williams had a good game with Chelsea. I think it was nice to see him. Maybe putting Lingard back in, and then I'd like to see Greenwood and Rashford.
So 3-4-1-2, Greenwood and Rashford. So you go. Would you rest Rashford and play Marshall, or do you think rest Marshall?
Maybe I just like to see Rashford. I think I just think with him. To just keep him playing, keep him starting, maybe see if it starts a little bit of momentum with him.
Ollie did say that about him, that he's tried to take him out and he's just made himself available every single game.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Rooney used to do that, didn't he? And it can work against him sometimes.
I just think, in my own head, I'm thinking maybe it might, if he's starting every game, build a little bit of momentum, maybe his mentality might help, I'm not sure. But either him or Marshall, I'm not fussed either.
Yeah. What's your starting 11? And sticking with the same formation?
3-5-2.
3-4-1-2.
3-4-1-2. Yeah, I think it might be something like that. I'm going to go with that.
Do you think Ollie should have stuck with that against Bournemouth, by the way?
Yeah, he should have. Yeah. I don't know why he didn't.
I've seen you getting onto Maguire. What's all that about?
Yeah, I think he needs to step up a bit. I do. I'm not saying he's having a bad season, but has he really been an £80 million defender so far?
I think he has definitely improved. Not 80 million. I don't think. I
get.
I never thought he was an £80 million defender anyway.
But he's just, to me,
he's improved our defence massively.
That's the only sort of issue I'd take with that is the massively part. I think he's improved that. I don't know if it's massive though, and I think maybe it's my expectations were I expected a lot more. I thought he was going to come in. And this is it now. I still think
people are seeing Chris Smalling doing well at Roma.
No.
Seeing all these Phil Jones and all that.
No, God, no.
And
I am not for 1 minute thinking that Phil Jones should be back in starting 11. Apart from now, I'm going to put him in it. So I just contradicted myself. Romero's in there. We'll have a back three of your favourite player, mine.
Marcus.
Yes. Love Rojo.
Apparently we've blocked the move for him to leave in January.
Rightly so. there will be riots if Marcus Rojo.
You know how Maradona has a throne next to the pitch at Newell's Old Boys? Rojo has one, should have one next to our dugout.
He's our best defender.
He's our best player.
Do you know what I mean? So I have Marcus Rojo, Phil Jones, and Axel's still injured, isn't he?
Is this like Stockholm syndrome, where we start to like Marcus Rojo?
Because
he's just nuts.
He's kidnapped us.
But like, it's like, he's here, he shouldn't really be here. Like, really, he should be
Do you know
gone.
what the thing is with Marcus Rojo?
We get Stockholm syndrome about a lot
when
of
he
shit
plays,
players.
When he plays though, there's a lot to like about him. He just doesn't play enough.
He's been good under Ali.
Yeah. Like, when he was like, he's trying tricks and he's flying into tackles, and some of the tackles he does as well, they're crazy. Why are you doing that? Like, 2-footed in the middle of Goodison Park for no reason. But you like it, don't you? Because you think, yeah, I like a bit of that. And especially now when we're
Until he
watching.
gets sent off.
Yeah.
In the Champions League final.
Yeah, take that right now. If he's getting sent off in the Champions League final, something's gone right somewhere along the way.
Alright, finish your team.
So I'll go with Rojo. Who've gone with Rojo, Jones. I'm going to go with Lindelof as well, man. He's getting a bit of a bad time. I think Ollie might stick him in just to try and hopefully get his form back up to scratch a little bit, because he's not had a great season so far, if being brutally honest. Left back, I'll go with Williams. Right back, I'm going to go with Young. And the reason I'm going to go with Young is because I think we need to play our strongest team against Brighton. I don't think Young's in our strongest team, so I think now is the time to play him, if that makes sense.
So would you start Brandon Williams against?
Sorry, I'd have Young on the right and Williams on the left.
But who would be against Brighton then?
Well, I think Williams can play 2 games in a trot anyway, so I think he'll be all right.
Because Ali doesn't, by the looks of it.
I know. Now you're making me... No, I'm sticking with him.
Right,
I'm sticking with him, man. He'll be all right.
Midfield.
In my midfield, I'll have Garner. I'll have Fred, because I think he's another one who's full of beans and can play just... I don't know, man. Do you know what? Garner, Fred. I'm going to go with Pereira. No, I'm going to go with Lingard, sorry. I'm going to go with Lingard. Right, in midfield. I know he doesn't always play midfield, but he's played there for England. I think he'll be all right. And then up top, I'm with Angelina. I think he'll play Marcus Rashford. So I'm going to go with Rashford and Greenwood.
I think we'll see Martial start. I think Rashford's going to be given a rest.
I wouldn't mind seeing him get a rest. I think he does need a rest.
He needs a rest.
But I think Ollie thinks the other way around. Like you was just saying, I think he just thinks keep throwing him in. But you know, like Steiner, he sort of backfired the next. He missed a lot of chances. And then people go, we can't fucking score.
But that was like...
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like, oh God.
Mason needs to start. He was left out of the 23s this week as well, which was good to see. I know Hannibal and Tahith Chong and all those guys had a good game, but it was good to see Mason left out. Angel was left out as well. Don't know whether that means he's going to be involved. I hope he's involved. It'd be good.
I keep picking him, but he never gets picked, so I'm not over him.
Jesse's not been good enough this season. Andres Pereira's been hit and miss. If we can get Angel Gomez playing well, it resolves one of our issues in that position till they are in.
He scored a mint goal from the 23s, didn't he, the other week? I know he missed the penalty, but he scored
against Doncaster or something like that.
Was it Middlesbrough? Not Middlesbrough.
No, Middlesbrough was... Yeah,
no, that was it was like...
Doncaster.
It might have been, yeah. But he's one of those players, though, and Gomez is just exciting to watch.
What about Partizan? Who's exciting to watch from there?
Sausage. Don't ask me anymore.
Angelina, that's us fucked up.
Yep.
That's why I got in there quick! Before you said it, because I wanted me to say it.
Their manager is called Savo Milosevic.
Oh, him? The old Villa?
Yeah, I remember, because obviously I grew up in Birmingham. If you missed a sitter, people would just scream Savo at you.
Really?
Savo.
Because he was that bad?
Yeah, obviously.
Wasn't he
like
like a big sign
in the end.
Yeah. Savo, yeah, that's all I know about him.
Is their manager, you know? Savo Milosevic and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Managers.
It's mad, isn't it? Who'd have thought it?
Who'd have thought it? If I told you 12 months ago, that Ollie was going to be manager, you'd have said, fuck off.
Nah, I would have.
Yeah.
Like, definitely.
You say it to me a lot.
Yeah.
You definitely would have said it.
Fucking Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Was he even doing a nice job?
Did you see someone tweet the other day? Sorry, she didn't score that goal in...
Mate, that's a new level.
Did you see
Do you know what?
No.
I wish he didn't score against Bayern. Someone said. I wish he didn't score that goal, so against Bayern. Right, because then if he hadn't scored, he wouldn't have been a manager now.
On the 26th of May, 1999.
Imagine being that angry with the manager that you wish we didn't win the treble.
This is what I don't get. Did you see that video of Ollie the other day where he was like, you know when a YouTuber makes an apology video and at the start they're like, and just really sad to have to get into the mould. That's how Ollie was, and it was like, shit,
I'm
man.
going to take this opportunity
so sorry
to educate myself. One of them ones. This is a
I'm
teachable
just
moment.
feeling for him, man.
I know, it's like...
Because he's one of, you know he's hurting. He's not, he doesn't want United to be shit. We just are shit.
It's something because it's like they've almost... They haven't ruined it, but they've spoiled his legacy a little bit.
No.
They've aged him, I know that much.
Yeah. Fucking hell. Remember David Moyes, like...
Grey overnight, didn't he? He deserved it, though. Come on, I'm not having any sympathy for David Moyes. He's an absolute whopper. To be fair, the only sympathy I got with him is he never should have been given a job in the first place. It's ridiculous.
I remember I once we should stand by David Moyes.
Yeah, I think I've seen that video. It's been put. I'm not going to say anything because I was probably stood next to you singing it. But do you know what? Do you know what did me in as well? That you remember?
I still have Fergie's words written.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say during the speech. Your job now is to stand by your manager. I was saying that.
Oh, that okay, boss.
Yeah. I'm with you. Fergie told me to be. Like, we're getting beat off Newcastle at home. Don't matter. Stick with him.
Man,
Scouts are 3-0 up. Don't worry about it. Fergie told us to stick with him.
We grew up where Fergie would make a decision and you'd question it and then you'd think, who the fuck am I to question that? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, who am I to question his decision making? Beckham left. I was in tears, but who am I to question it?
Yeah.
Van Nistelrooy left. Who am I to question it? Roy Keane left.
This is what I mean. No, he made these decisions and they were justified, weren't they?
Oh, mate, we're going down a wormhole here. We're going to absolutely go down the wormhole.
I think Webby's there. Score predictions, yeah.
Score predictions. Webby's saying 0-0. They're here for the podcast, by the way. You're probably thinking, Adam, you've got talent like Webby and Andy sat behind a camera. What are you doing? They're going to be on the podcast, so make sure you check out the podcast. Score prediction.
I'll go 1-0 United. Bollocks, that was mine. Alright, to change it, I'll go 2-1 United.
2-0 United.
1-0 United. No, actually, I'm going to go 3-0 United.
So, right, can I have 1-0 now? Yeah. Right, okay.
So, Rashford, Marshall, Greenwood, all score.
Mate,
No. Marshall, Greenwood, Lingard scores.
Lingard scores. I'm on the pitch, mate, after the shit he's been getting.
Form.
Seriously.
1 goal.
Hey.
Come on, Jess, you can do it. Right, get your comments in the comments below. Why is Webby wearing that jacket? Get your score predictions in, your predicted 11s in. Anything else they need to get in the comments?
No, just, the usual.
Is our WhatsApp still going?
WhatsApp still going.
Yeah, click that link. FTD Premium, still going, I think. What else still going?
Just, watch alongs, fan cams, post the phone in, get on the phone in after the game.
Yes, that's the new thing that we're doing here on Full Time Devils. The FTD fan phone-in is going to be live after every single game. So as soon as that full-time whistle goes, the FTD fan phone-in is live on the YouTube, and you can phone in as well and get involved with that. So make sure you're checking that out. And then as soon as the fan phone-in is finished, you'll have fan cams up with us, like, see you in a bit.